How's it going, everybody? This is William from Permapastures Farm, and today is day 14 of the 18-day hot compost. Okay, so this is the 6th flip of the 18-day hot compost. I've already done the 5th flip. Today's the 6th. As you can see, it's breaking down pretty nicely. It's turning black. It's turning nice and black. There's still quite a bit of grass left in there. And you'll notice that this time I don't have the PVC pipe in there. The reason for that is it's served its job. A lot of the dead white bacteria has gone away. I did notice that it was a little too dry, so what I did was add water while I was, or in between flips, or in between pitchfork fulls. I added water just to give it a little bit more moisture. Remember, a way to test your moisture content is to grab a handful of it, squeeze it as hard as you can, and you should only get 1 drop. I wasn't able to do that earlier, so what I did was just add a little bit of more moisture. It's no problem at all. I think I just had the PVC pipe in there just maybe a little bit too long. In the, what was it, the 5th flip, this is the 6th flip. In the 5th flip, which you'll see here in a moment, I actually put the PVC pipe in there horizontally. It was just something I was testing out. It worked. Everything around it was the right color and all that stuff. All right, now based on the way this compost looks right now, I'm not sure we're gonna make it by the 18-day mark, which is no problem. I'll just keep flipping it until it turns into finished compost. The carbon to nitrogen ratios were probably a bit off. No worries, I'll just adjust it better next time. Another issue was the moisture content in the beginning. I added too much water, which is no problem. We've been fixing it. We've been adjusting it as we go. One thing that I have noticed is that the size of this compost pile hasn't really changed much. It hasn't shrunk very much. It has grown a little bit because we added that old compost pile to it, which has gained size. But ever since we did that, it hasn't shrunk much, which is a good thing. You shouldn't, according to Jeff Lawton, it actually shouldn't shrink in size. It should actually grow in size a little bit because you're adding life to it. So that's more mass in there and stuff like that. Should actually grow in size just a little bit, maybe not enough for you to notice, but it definitely shouldn't shrink in size, and not too much. It will at the first part whenever you have it in the cage, just because it's settling, but after that it should stay about the same size, and that's a good indicator that you have the correct carbon to nitrogen ratio. Another thing is that you'll notice during the time-lapse video that I'll take the pitchfork and I'll kick in the sides, I'll compress in the sides on the ground. The reason for that is because I don't want any lost heat through the sides. I want it to be as straight up and down as possible within reason. So all the heat that's in there just goes straight up through the top, and we're not losing any heat to the sides and have it not do anything. I've noticed that these compost piles are getting easier to flip. I think they're getting lighter and fluffier maybe. That might be the reason. Also, I've noticed, here's a little tip on flipping compost. If you fluff it up before you put it on your new pile, it makes it a bit easier. So that way you don't have to shake it above your new pile. You just fluff it up before you flip it, and then you don't have to worry about shaking it on your pile. And it's easier to control what your finished pile will look like. It's easier to control the shape of your finished pile. Here is what the pile looks like after the 6th flip. You can notice that it's changing in color a bit. There is some new grass in there just from it being flipped. I didn't add anything, it just kind of got its way in there during the flipping process. All right, this is William from Permapastures Farm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and feel free to comment down below if you have any questions or statements or any tips that would come in handy. We'll see you next time. Bye.